And now, Daniel Johns.
When we formed Silverchair, we wore our British and American influences on our sleeves. But an influence that was much closer to home was always You and I. You and I showed my generation of musicians that overt rock and roll showmanship could coexist with vulnerable lyricism. Tim Rogers is and was the most dynamic front person Australian music had ever experienced live. I don't like awards nights. Sorry, too much. But I love You and I so much that I want to do this for them. I've always said I didn't think Silverchair deserved to be in the Hall of Fame before You and I were inducted. There would be no Silverchair without Berlin Chair. This motherfucking rock and roll band changed everything for me, and I know they changed everything for a lot of people. You and I will always be the ultimate Australian three-piece. I don't know you all, but I love you all and enjoy this night. Nobody put the sweat in like you guys. I'm very, 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 very happy for you. Long live Rusty, long live Andy, long live Timmy, long live Davy Lane, and thank fuck for You and I.
If half of what I'm saying, think what I'm saying is true.
From Berlin Chair to Purple Sneakers, the songbook of UMI is laden with era-defining storytelling and a distinctly Australian sound that inspired a new generation. UMI formed in Sydney in 1989 and quickly found themselves at the forefront of alternative rock that exploded in the 90s. Fronted by the enigmatic Tim Rogers, the band's first lineup included his brother Jamie and best mate Nick.
Before we started the group, things weren't looking really good for any of us. This wasn't our plan A, B or C. It wasn't even a plan.
Thankfully, they succeeded, and UMI quickly became a favourite for live music fans.
We're having ourselves a little rock and roll party here.
I've watched you guys rock the house down.
They've got this old school rock and roll thing, kind of like the Stones.
Some of the best shows I've ever seen and still are.
They're just like a charismatic rock and roll.
The band is just always pumping on all cylinders.
It's like, oof, 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 oof.
Let's go!
In 1993, Sonic Youth's Lee Ronaldo invited UMI stateside to record their debut album.
We were just kids, flying to the US, ending up in some house with a studio attached to it. Who's paying for this?
My early adventures with you, making Sound as Ever, are some of my favorite memories ever. Many, many decades of friendship and many decades in the battlefields of rock and roll.
Their efforts in the trenches paid off, and the band went on to win their first ARIA.
You may find as ever. This feels really stupid. I still don't know what alternative means, but thanks very much.
Over their extensive career spanning more than 3 decades, 11 studio albums and 10 ARIA wins, UMI have toured with the likes of the Hoodoo Gurus, Oasis, Nirvana, Soundgarden and the Rolling Stones.
The Hoodoo Gurus taught us how you tour and the discipline that's needed.
Soundgarden really showed us how to be a band as well, in that you're not trying to be a rock star, you're just trying to be a musician.
We got asked to do the Oasis tour. We're there tuning and there's Noel Leem in the front row and they come up and said, you need to lend them anything, try this fucking R&B and this, and their crew were brilliant. And it's like, oh, they're like us, but we're a community, we're a family.
And we got to reciprocate. We followed the tradition and we gave bands that we like to go as well.
That had a huge impact on our generation of bands, and all of us took that forward.
I want to say thanks very much to the Powder Thing for playing with us tonight.
UMI created incredible opportunities for other acts too, including the Vines, Jet and Silverchair.
Dan said to me recently, he said, you're actually the first cool people who were nice to us. And I thought, well, one, you're dreadfully misguided because there's never been an element of cool in what we do. We're just dorky and nerdy and enthusiastic. But I'm glad that was their memory of it.
They're the last truly great, iconic rock band this country has produced. There's a whole generation of bands that cite UMI as their inspiration.
I think it's always really great when the artists that have been around longer, take you under their wing and give you advice and give you encouragement.
They were the first band that treated the support band, the crew, the staff at the venue, anyone involved with promoting the show, most importantly the punters, as equals.
Guys, whether you're in the studio or on the stage, particularly at the Enmore, you've been coming to us for decades with truth, with wit and vulnerability. And along the way, you've added to who we are.
I want to say congratulations to all the guys in UMI.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you bloody deserve it.
So well deserved. The band is amazing.
Thank you and congratulations.
On behalf of my colleagues in Powderfinger, I would like to say congratulations.
I am enormously indebted to all of you. You more than deserve this today. You are fucking phenomenal and I love you all. Congratulations.
Please be upstanding for UMI, the newest members of the ARIA Hall of Fame.
Wow, thank you. The much coveted gold logie. Wow. It was a very long time ago now. I was up late on a school night watching the ARIA Awards and I saw UMI play and I thought, that's the fucking coolest band I've ever seen in my life. And I think that's how my thoughts were voiced at that time. But there are a few people to thank, but I just want to thank Tim and Russ and Andy for letting me join their rock band. So, thank you.
Crikey. I've been playing drums in bands for 45 years and there's a lot of old rock and roll soldiers I could thank, but I'd just like to give a shout out to Greg Hitchcock and thank you all very much.
Hi everybody. I feel very grateful to be playing music with these guys. They're quite amazing, but also more grateful to be still really good friends with them after all this time. But ultimately, without the people out there that buy those records, put the needle on that disc and buy those tickets and tattoo our faces on their naked bodies, and there's actually a few out here, without them, this doesn't happen, so thank you.
Showbiz. Oh, the music industry, you do keep company with some nefarious people. We don't understand the industry, but it is lovely and we're very grateful to be asked to sit at the parents' table. Your canapes are delicious and your wine looks delicious. It's wonderful to see lots of old friends here today. 94% of them are working behind the scenes on the crew. And once again, we reiterate that they are not called roadies. They are called prospective consensual romantic partners. Consensual. 36 years ago, I was extremely sick and had no prospect to do anything. And my brother and my best friend asked me to join their band, and it gave me a life. At the start of this year, I was sick again in hospital. And my mate Andy Kent called me and said, let's get the band back together. Well, we've never broken up, but let's go out on tour. And not for the 100th time, it gave me the opportunity to have a life. Fuck, I love rock and roll. I love... The part about it I love the most is writing. It gives me a purpose to live, to express to people how I feel about them through writing rather than other more courageous ways. I want to thank my three best friends for taking these abject, miserable songs that I write and turning them into something that's enjoyable for the public. There has been a lot of very big festivals, big shows, some overseas bands touring and getting your photo taken. amongst 80,000 people is very exciting. I understand that, the spectacle of that. There are so many great venues, Lincoln Pin in Woy Woy, Trash Cult in Eaglehawk Bendigo, that put on shows whenever they can afford it. And by buying a ticket, going to those shows and taking a punt on something that you've never heard of, you may be in a crowd of 12 people, but by doing that, you're part of this great art experiment. You're not necessarily a fan, but you are a fan, which I think is the most noble thing of all, to be passionate about something. I know, because we're just fans who dress considerably better. Please, I would really love to thank our first manager, the first person who believed in us, Kate Stewart. Our dear friend Todd Wagstaff. To my dear darling big brother Jamie. Nick Tischler, thank you for asking me to join your band. To Mark Tunnelly, who played on our first recordings. To my beautiful Alice, who I absolutely adore. Romance. And to my wonderful, wonderful, extraordinary daughter Ruby, thank you so much for travelling so far. And hopefully we'll see you all out there on the road of endless possibilities.
You're watching the 2025 ARIA Awards.